Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I got a new review for you, and today's review is going to be Pixar's Soul that was released in 2020 on Christmas Day. This movie was directed by Peter Docter, and it stars Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. Jamie Foxx plays Joe, who is a middle school teacher for music with all his kids learning how to play, trumpets and saxophones and all of that, and he really wanted to live his life as a jazz musician. He wanted to go around the world and play jazz because it really affected him personally. And when he finally gets his big break, he ends up dying. Along the way, when trying to get to his back to his body, he meets 22, voiced by Tina Fey, who isn't really keen on wanting to go to the real world because prior to going to the real world, you need to have aspects of your life figured out beforehand, like what's your favorite things to do, like what's your spark, basically, is the whole point of the movie. And I gotta say, it's one of the good things about this movie is the chemistry that Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey have with each other. They really do have good chemistry with the two characters, one that doesn't really appreciate life, that hasn't lived it yet, and one who has lived it and wants to really show that there's more than what you actually think about life. There are some odd lines in the movie that people, like maybe myself, would be like, oh yeah, life isn't as always cut out to be the greatest thing in the world, but it's meant for kids. It's meant to show that like there's more to life than there is you may see on the internet or in your real life, perhaps. But it's still a good message for the kids at the end of the movie, like finding what makes you you and what is something that you want to do that really propels you into your career or your purpose and that sort of thing. One of the things that is also great about this movie is the animation. You knew that going in, though. Personally, I did like the animation a lot. I will say, though, I do miss the old school 2D animation, the hand-drawn stuff for like Lilo and Stitch, Aladdin, Alice in Wonderland, stuff like that. It's almost like a lost art at this point because you don't see many movies with hand-drawn stuff. It's almost solely computer-generated 3D looking kind of stuff. And while that stuff is good and it looks good, I personally would like to see more hand-drawn stuff. You can almost feel it better, in my opinion. Like, I always feel like there's a better connection with it, because then sometimes animated movies feel a little artificial, especially the really bad ones that usually don't get theatrical releases. Like, they just look too polished and it looks too, like, the color grading is just all too bright and they blend in with each other too much. With hand-drawn stuff, it's easier to be like, to add some contrast to things and stuff like that. So that's just me. One of the things with the plots of this movie is that it really does try to minimize as many plot holes as it might bring up leading to its finale. They do a good job at like throwing information at you and keeping you intrigued, and they really have many aspects of the movie that they like to explore. It's just a really well-crafted story, it seems like. There's really nothing wrong with it. I will say this isn't one of Pixar's like best movies they've ever made. They've had plenty of movies that are probably better than this, such as Toy Story, Those type of movies are like generational and like timeless, This is a perfectly fine movie. It would have done very well in the box office had it came out in theaters. Actually, I don't even know if it even is out in theaters. It's out on Disney Plus. But it's just a well-round good movie. It's good feeling, There's really nothing wrong with the movie, So for the rating of this movie, I'm gonna give Pixar Souls 3 out of 5 stars. Again, I have to say the animation is really good. The characters and the voices of the characters are really good. There's good chemistry all around. The animation is pretty good. The story is pretty good. And there's also that really deep meaning behind everything that a lot of people can get behind and a lot of people may need right now, like finding your purpose in life and really wanting to pursue that thing. It really is just a well-rounded movie. There's really nothing bad about it that much. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.